to your own brand, your own business, and look for ways to improve. And so, Roger, with that, thank you so much. You have been inspiring and engaging professionals with Engagement Unlimited, your business, for 33 years now. That's so wild to say that. I can't. Could you tell us a little bit about how you got started? I know you were an actor, and then this. How did
Mhm.
this? How did you get to where you are today?
Sure. So it's been quite a, there's been a lot of transformation. So when I started, what happened is I graduated from theater school. And at that point, I had an undergrad degree in history. I had a professional certificate to teach, and I had gone back to get my master's in education. And while I was getting my master's, I was like, well, why don't I take, acting? I acted in high school for fun. And I was like, I'm going to be a high school teacher teaching socials and teaching acting. That would be amazing. Like, what a great day that would be. So I took acting, and then I got bit by the acting bug. So when I graduated, I was like looking around going, no one's in a hurry to give you a job as an actor. I mean, being an actor is a brutally hard job. David, what I'm talking about. It is, you have to prove over and over and over again that you can do the job before you even get a chance to do the job. And so I looked around and I was like, while I was in theater school, and so we did mostly stage stuff. And
Mhm.
so the stuff that drove me crazy while I was on stage is that we never got to look at the audience. Like, we never got to interact or engage with the audience. Like, our job was to put on a show that people liked or they didn't like. And we were, we did the same show whether there was an audience or not,
Mm.
which to me is really weird. So I started a company way back in 92, started a company doing murder mysteries. It was what I had done and I had known, and I had come alive. Like, I always loved improv class or movement class in theater school.
Mhm.
And so what I did is I created a company that did exactly what I wanted, which was get off the stage and get into people's faces,
Where you can
where I
literally
could.
break that fourth wall. Like you could actually bust through the fourth wall even more than just making a statement to the audience.
Yeah, 100%. So the fourth wall always drove me crazy.
Mm.
So we did is we moved the stage off the stage and into the audience, so that we became like the audience became the stage. And I came alive with this type of work. It was so exciting to the moment you open your mouth and say something, you know whether it's working or not. And so you have immediate feedback, like, that didn't work, I better change, or that really did work, I'm going to do it again. And so what happens? I started with Murder Unlimited Mystery Theater, and then about 6 years later, I got forced into doing some other stuff where we were doing Mounties, and so all of a sudden I was like, well, we're not doing murder mysteries. We're going to call it Actors Unlimited, but because back then engagement didn't mean anything. Like, back
Mhm.
in that time when you were engaged, it meant you were going to get married. And so there was no vocabulary around what it was that I actually loved to do. I think, people talk about interactive, but interactive doesn't capture it. So, fast, fast forward till like 2012 or something. And finally, I was taking my company, which was mostly doing acting stuff. And I started to go, I'm a teacher. I love getting on stage and talking about what's in my brain. Why don't I start doing that? So I started to become a speaker, and then that sort of exploded everything. And Engagement Unlimited sort of rolled out of that, because we realized that what unified all the things that we do, whether it's Family Feud or murder mysteries or facilitation or speaking or emceeing, whatever, or give back products, give back things like building mud pie kitchens for kids that are donated to the community. All of the things that we did filtered through engagement.
Mhm.
And engagement to us is active participation. To me, what engagement is when you are actively participating with the other people in in the room. And that's exactly what I started to do back in 92, when I was like, I want to be in the room with people, not on stage hoping that they're engaged. And so, engagement, so that's how I started.
Uh-huh.
And all the things that I do sort of wrap around the same sort of issues. Like, they wrap around performance, they wrap around teaching, they wrap around, and those things are driven by engagement.
Okay.